Thank you all for joining us this evening. We're very excited. Got a great crowd here tonight. We've got the great good fortune of being mentored tonight by the one and only Michael Zappia. Many of you have met him. Many of you have actually worked with him in the industry for several years. Some of us are new, but when the word got out who this man was and his track record of over 21 years, we couldn't wait to be able to have these teaching sessions with you. So, Michael, thank you again, from all of us. We're going to take lots of notes, and again, thank you. We've had a couple of sessions. I know you've been training on some other calls. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and I'll turn it over to Michael. Thank you.
I appreciate it, Suzanne. And welcome everybody, and welcome to all of you who are going to watch this replay. Like Suzanne says, every time we get together, we are taking these videos, these recordings. And Brian Howard, Brian, are you with us right now? Brian's on a phone call. He's just waving. Brian is our videographer, our team designer. Him and I actually work together and do some designing together to make the team look really organized and neat. I think that's part of the fun of what we're doing here. We're building not just a part of a company. We're like building a team. Doesn't everyone love being a part of a team? Anyone on the screen, an athlete or an ex-athlete? Anyone ever involved in sports on this screen? Yeah, very cool. Ryan Murphy raised his hand. Esther, I don't know about all of you, but you know, when I finished college football, I was about 23, 24 years old, and I'll never forget my last game of my senior year. I had a broken hand. It really stunk. Right there, you can probably see a little bump sticking up on my hand. I had a spiral fracture. This finger got caught on a guy's shoulder pads in New Jersey. This finger bent all the way over back towards my thumb, and I broke my hand my 5th week of the season. I tried to come back. I did come back for the very last game of my senior year. And I remember when the game was over, I was in tears. And I go, oh, the big football player's crying with a little baby. But, you know, it wasn't just because I knew that I may have played my last game of football, which I did. What I loved most about sports was the camaraderie. What I loved most about sports was the togetherness, the playing cards on the bus trips across the state, was the locker room, not the smell of the locker room, but the locker room. But I love most about everything I've ever done in my life is when you're a part of a team and you're a part of a family and you have one goal, and that's to win. And it's funny because I think about this all the time when I watch sports, or I watch the Olympics, or when I watch anything that's team oriented. I always get a little bit jealous of what they're all doing. I hope some of you out there know what I'm talking about here, because what happened to me is I went through a very, very depressing time when my football career was over. And I had workouts and a lot of cool opportunities. I signed with the Seattle Seahawks, which was really, really fun. I was a Seahawk for about 8 days, just so you all know. And then they let me go, and I cried on the plane back home because I knew that might have been the end of my career. It wasn't until I found this business, and I don't mean Transact Card, but it wasn't until I found network marketing where I was like, oh my God, I can be a part of a team again. I can be a part of a family. We can all try and win together. And I just took that raw excitement and enthusiasm that I used to possess on the field of battle, and I just transitioned it to business. So I think one of the strengths, or one of the secrets to why I've been able to achieve success in this business is, number one, I was always a leader. Always a leader. I was always bummed out that none of my teams made me a captain. When I played football, soccer, basketball, didn't matter the sport, I was never the captain. I was reminded of that when a group of leaders from one of my past organizations, Colette was a major part of it. We were up at their cabin and they all knew my story. I've shared this story before with them. I say, I was never the captain. I always wanted to be the captain, never the captain. And they all made me a custom jersey with Zap on the back and Team U on the front. We used to be called Team U. Now we're the Z Team. And they presented this as a gift one day up in Dayton, Washington, close to Colette's house. And it was one of the coolest things. that I've ever experienced. And they said, on the front, it had the big letter C. And they said, you know what? We nominate you our captain. And it was just really cool. So the reason why I share that with you is because this business is all about leadership. You'll see in this profession that the teams that make it to the highest levels are the teams that are all following a leader that has an incredible ability to bring the most out of other people. And I had a mentor that led me, that brought the most out of me. And, you know, I sit here with all of you tonight. I'm humbled and excited to be able to share some of the stories and some of the things that helped me get to where I am. You know, I wish I could just give every single one of you a magic pill right now, not fentanyl. I wish I can give you all a magic pill that you put in a glass of water and you could drink that glass of water right now. And I wish instantly, once you drank that glass of water, you knew everything I knew. You've seen everything I've seen, experienced everything I experienced. You've been in the same mentorship rooms I've been a part of. I wish I could. But the challenge is I can't. And that's why we spend time together, is so that I can give you just a couple of things to take with you, to leave with today, so that you can go out there and be successful. One of the things I talked about, I think on the last conversation we had, which was Saturday morning, was I talked about that this, in order for us to be successful, we have to have an organization of leaders who lead leaders, not leaders who lead followers. You know, it's really easy to sit in the shadows of another leader and just kind of sit there and not do the things they're doing, and just kind of plug in. And whether you show up or not, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's real easy to do that. I would encourage you to quickly, if you are kind of in that position, quickly establish yourself as a leader with your business. Quickly establish yourself with the people that you bring to this business. Gather them together. If you're building this business locally, which I hope all of us are, I'm just starting to build my local team here. You all are going to meet some of my business partners from the state of New Mexico soon. I can't wait to bring them on. They're not ready yet, but they're coming soon. There's a handful of them. They're great people. But I want you to start gathering with your people locally. Genora, Spain, and Juan John, and that group with Shannon, they're doing it in Oklahoma City, and they're doing such a great job of getting together in a living room. Like I love it. LaDonna, I love it. I love it. When I was on the Zoom for you all, it was last week, I believe, and saw you all camped out in the living room. I was like, yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You break bread together. You get together once or twice a week. And then when you separate, you break like a football huddle. You break, you go run the play, right? Get together for the weekly teaching, get together for the weekly meeting, sign up some new team members. And then it's like 1, 2, 3, break. And you all break the huddle. And what do? You go back to your homes. And you know what everyone on the team's expected to do? Go build a business until the next time we meet. Go build the business till next. This is simple stuff. This is simple stuff. So I made a couple slides for you that I'm going to share with you right now. I'm going to I want to make sure I covered something really impactful in the beginning of our time together. So let me go back to this. And Esther's going to tell me if you can see my screen here in a moment. Oh, there goes my light. Just completely fell off again. Okay, here we go. Michael's MacBook. Here we go.
Yes, we've got you.
Got it? You can see my screen, guys?
Yep, I see Anzio's face behind your icons.
Yeah. Be honest with me. How many people know how to do what I just did? How many people know how to screen share their cell phone to a Zoom? You know how to do it?
No?
Suzanne? Oh, Suzanne said 1 sec. Come on, light, stay on. Let there be light. Let there stay light. Okay, let me do this again. This is a lesson that I want you all to write down, because it's something that I want you to teach other people. Here we go. I'm going to go into my photos. I create a folder. And here we go. Can everyone see my screen? Yes. Okay. Everyone can hear me okay. Suzanne, Janora, you can hear me okay? Okay. All right. When my mentor sat down to me, he said, Michael, this business is so simple. He said this, and you can write all these little power quotes down. I'm going to share some power quotes. He goes, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Can't say the right thing to the wrong person. He said, as long as you get yourself into action and you go out there and you start talking to people, that's the beginning of your success. He goes, you're not going to have all the answers. And I'll say the same to you. You're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to do everything perfect. There's no such thing as perfect anyways. He said, but I need you to go out there and focus on the vitals. And I said, well, what are the vitals? And he didn't call these the vitals. I coined them the vitals, but he taught me these 4 things. He said, Michael, this business is going to boil down to a few things that you do every single day. He said, number 1, how many people did I talk to today? Can you all see that? I'm going to pick on one of you right now. Janora, can you think of your day today? Can you remember what you did?
Yes, I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, number 1, are you happy with what you did today for your Transact card business?
I would say not completely today, I'll be honest.
Okay.
There were things that I wanted to get done more than I have a rule for myself, a 10-10 rule, reach out to 10, follow up with 10. And I didn't get to reach out to the new 10 that I want to do today. So, yeah.
Gotcha. 10's a pretty big number. So that's a pretty big goal. I like to hear you say that. Well, let me ask Jeannie more. Jeannie, can you unmute your line? How many people did you talk to today?
About Transact, I only talked to one.
Okay. All right. Are you happy with one? Was that your goal?
No,
Okay. Do
I
you have
just had I had other people to talk to about other things. So I'm sorry, I didn't
get it.
have
No,
a
no,
choice today.
This is not time to crucify anybody or blame anybody or make anybody feel bad. I just want, okay. So good. How many people did I talk to today? Number 2, how many appointments did I set today? How many appointments did I set today? Number 1 and number 2, every single one of us should be doing. We all should be talking, and I love the fact that Janora and Jeannie both said they had a goal for the day. I love that. Got to have a number in your mind. If not, how else are you supposed to quantify this business? You know, it'd be like hopping in a sailboat in the middle of the ocean and not setting your sail. You know, you'll end up somewhere, most likely not where you want to go, right? So when you set your sail, you're setting your goals. You set your goals, you got to have a target. You can't hit a target you can't see. How many appointments did I set? Now, I say everyone on the team could do these 2 things because these 2 things are for the beginner. How many people I talked to today? How many appointments did I set? Number 3, how many presentations did I do today? Now, for some of you who are just in the building mode right now and you don't have people bringing people to you yet, you're still in a frontline recruiting mode. You're trying to get business partners. You shouldn't be doing the presentations. The question should sound like this. How many presentations did my people see today? Like how many people that I talked to and set up an appointment with saw a presentation? Does that make sense? And then the last one of the vitals is if everyone in my team did exactly what I did, would I be happy with the day's efforts? Now, I want you to keep in mind, results. I didn't put the word results in there. You know why? Because I'm only concerned with exposing this business to people and sharing it. I'm not concerned with how many people joined, how many people signed up. That's never an important thing to me. Now, do I care that we're signing up people? Yeah, of course I care. But I have a feeling if you just can simply share this presentation every single day, that the ones who are going to join, the ones who aren't. Here's the good news. We're not in sales. None of you are being trained on how to close, how to tie somebody down, how to convince them. That's not where we're at. That's the beauty of this business is all it is about showing, not selling, telling, not selling, caring and sharing, not selling. It's the reason why a lot of people, when they say, oh, Michael, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not good at sales. You know what I say to people that say, I say, good. Thank God you're not good at sales. We're not looking for salesmen. We're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for people who just want to follow a simple system. So these are the vitals. I'll let you take a look at them one more time. How many people I talk to? How many appointments did I set? How many presentations did I do? How many presentations do I do today? That's a typo. Nobody corrected me. I love you all. And if everyone on my team did exactly what I did today, would I be happy with the day's efforts? I gave you the graphics for a little effect. My mentor never pulled out graphics. He wouldn't know how to do a PowerPoint presentation. His life depended on it, which made him highly duplicatable, by the way. So when I talk about that, I talk about it's the whole business. It's the whole thing. Everything you do. A year from now, when you look back at your business, each and every one of you, and imagine if you can run a tape back or a recording of your past year. Those 4 things I just shared you are what you got to look in the mirror every single day and ask yourself. So do me a favor, everybody, if you could. Does everyone here brush their teeth? What a stupid question. The person that said no is, I feel so bad for it. No, nobody said no. Everyone brush their teeth. Does everyone here brush their teeth before they go to bed? Yes? Okay. Do you have that habit down? I want you to add a real habit to your life. When you take a shower at night and you get in front of that bathroom mirror and you're brushing your teeth, I want you to ask yourself those 4 questions every single day. Because guess what? You are your business. Write that in your notes. I am my business. And the reason why I want you to look yourself dead in the mirror every night and ask yourself, okay, Janora, how many people did you talk to today? How many appointments did you set? How many presentations did you do or did your people see? And if everyone on the team did exactly what I did today, would I be happy with the efforts of my business today? You get to ask yourself that question every night because, once again, you are your business. If you aren't happy with those answers, what do you think your organization's doing? Same thing. People do what you do. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, Janora does those things every day and she gets the right, she goes to bed. I'm happy. As a matter of fact, Janora and I are building a new friendship. I want her to call me at the end of every single night. Text me, Janora. I want to know, I want to hold you accountable because you told me you want me to work with you today, right? You want my help today as a mentor. This is what I want to know. I want to know every day, are you doing what you need to be doing to build the business that you claim that you want to build? And
Got it.
here's some, go ahead.
I said, got it.
Got it. So Janora, will you text me every night?
I can commit to that. Yes.
Okay, commit to that because I want to see, I want to know how happy you are with your performance. And here's the thing, if you perform, you're going to enroll people. Would you agree people enroll?
Yes, absolutely.
If people enroll and they see you constantly do this, don't you think they're just going to follow suit?
Absolutely.
See, leadership is called follow me. Do what I do. Follow me. People are going to do what I do. Follow me. I'm going to go do this. Do what I do. That's all you got to do. Teach others to teach others. And you teach by doing. Your actions speak louder than your words in this business. So I encourage all of you to do that. Y'all can get my number and text me. I'd be honored if I got 30 text messages every night where you answered those questions. Michael, I spoke to 4 people today. I set 3 appointments. I did 1 coffee meeting and 1 Zoom presentation, and I enrolled a new business partner. Holy cow. How great would that be? Now, in this business, you can't get in trouble. You can't get fired. You have to put pressure on you because nobody else is going to do it. I can barely take care of myself. You all can't see my kitchen sink behind me. You haven't been in my house. I can barely manage me. How the heck do I think I could manage Ryan and Janora and everybody? No, we got to manage ourselves here. You got to be self-starters in this business. You got to want this so bad you can taste it and never, ever, ever quit. So when you focus on those vitals, just realize that you cannot fail if you're happy with those answers. If I had all day to build this, here would be my goal. 20 people a day for only a week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tomas knows this. Esther knows this. I'm an animal when it comes to this business. Like, I really love networking. When I get into it, I just set up my home office. I put up a whiteboard. I make a list of 1 through 20 on my board. And every time I talk to somebody, engage somebody, text, I put their name up on that board. Or I'll put the names up there at the beginning of my day. Put a little check mark. Okay, talk to Janora. Sent Suzanne a text message. I'm giving you all a blueprint of how I would do this if I were you. Now, there's something to be said for massive action. I love massive action. Every network that I built, including this one today, which I built with Colette, my partner, and it was like 3 or 4 days. Esther could probably go back to my Facebook page while we're doing this to show you. Esther, if you can go back to late May, if you'd be so kind. And when Colette called me and she got me excited about this business, I said, okay, Colette, let's go. I don't have a lot of energy. I'm tired. I had a heart attack and I had to go slow, just so you all know. I couldn't be the old me. Matter of fact, as you're listening to me now, people have known me for years. Like, Michael's starting to slow down a little bit. I'm starting to slow down, just so you know. Tomas knows it. Brian knows it. But when she came to me, I said, okay, Colette, let's go. Let's go. And for about 4 or 5 days, I started calling some people, posting some social media messages that kept people a little bit intrigued or interested in what I was doing. And me and Colette talked to about 100 people in 5 days. 100 people in 5 days, just so you all know. It's why you're all here, just so you know. Those first 5 days, we talked to 100 people, me and Colette. And I 3-wayed her into conversations. I said, Colette, you're going to have to call this one, call that one. She was in my Facebook account. Colette's got all my username and passwords in the world. Bank account, you name it. I trust Colette with everything in the world. Esther, trust her with everything in the world. I got friends closest to me that know more about me than I care to people know about me. But when I have friends, they're like this with me. We're very, very close. And Colette had access to all those Facebook. I told people on Facebook message me, do not text me. And about 100 people did. Mark Langley was one of them. Esther, and we had a bunch of people enroll in the beginning. So I say to you all, go into massive action, whatever that looks like for you. Do you think it's hard to talk to 5 people in a day? Does anybody think it's hard? Anybody? It is not hard. Anybody think they can shoot for 10 people in a day? Okay. 15? 20. Let me tell you the cool part of what I'm teaching you. After you do it for like 4 or 5 days, you couldn't possibly keep talking to 20 new people a day. You just can't. All of a sudden, you start enrolling people. Okay, now this is the goal, just so you know. And then they start talking to a handful of people a day, which means now you are actually talking to 10, 20 people a day, just not 10 brand new people. To build the foundation of your organization, you've got to go out to your network, right? But once it starts growing, you're still talking to people every day. It's just not brand new frontline people. Now Janora goes crazy and she's got 10 people. She needs you to do 3-ways and Zooms. You find 1 or 2 people that want to build this with you and really go and do the things that we talk about. You don't have time to talk to 20 new people every single day. And actually, it's a good thing and a bad thing, Suzanne. So, Suzanne, it's a good thing. You know why? Because now your business is starting to grow, right? Duplicate. It's a bad thing because we all know so many people and we're leaving them on the fence right now. We can't get to them. I think the most frustrating part of a business like this is not being able to get to everyone you know. I really feel that. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, I feel bad right now that I didn't get this out, and mainly because there's only so many hours in a day, and Facebook only sends your posts to about 25 of the same people who read your stuff every day. So I was counting on Mark Zuckerberg's algorithm to reach everyone I know. It didn't work. But I can assure you, if all 4,700 of my Facebook friends saw my posts, I would have enrolled 400 people by now. And now here's the challenge. Can't lean on social media as your crutch. It's not really how you build the business anyway. I put some curiosity posts, then I engaged some people, commented, and then I had to go through all the steps to get them in front of Colette to see a presentation, to get on a Zoom. You still got to work. And write this down. There's no way to shortcut success in this business. You can't speed up a relationship. You just can't. It's impossible to speed up the relationship process. When you finally connect with somebody, it's kind of like me when I'm with the car dealership. I sell cars for a living right now as well. And as soon as I meet a new customer, like I met these two ladies today, once I'm with them, I got to slow it down. I say, hey, how are you? Welcome to lot. What are you looking for? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What kind of car are you looking for? What do you drive? Do you have a loan right now in that car? Are you looking to trade it in? It's the relationship. I got to build that rapport. Would you like to, sit in front of the computer, figure out what you want? Yeah. And then I take them on a couple rides, and I can't speed that up. Can't be like, I got your car. Let's go for a ride. Let's get this done. I got more people to sell cars to. It doesn't work like that. There's a romance to selling cars. There's a romance to enrolling a business partner. This is the beginning of what you're hoping is going to be a long relationship in business with this person. Now, in the car business, as soon as they shake your hand, they say, yes, they want the car. Now I go fast. Same thing in this business. When somebody enrolls with me and I know they're in, now let's go fast. Let's get you trained. Let's get you taught. Let's get that list. Let's start calling some people. Let's set appointments. Let's do presentations. Let's duplicate. Simple. As a leader, you got to gather your people together. Now, when you're fortunate to be a part of a team like this, and trust me, you guys are very fortunate. I don't think anybody on this team realizes how fortunate they are. Got a phone call from Christy Mattoon, by the way, is in the hospital right now. She had cardiac arrest a couple of nights ago. Her lungs collapsed. Christy's become a great friend of mine, just like Suzanne has over the past few weeks, ever since that event in Las Vegas. I was heartbroken when I found out she had cardiac arrest. So she might be watching us right now from her hospital bed from the ICU room. So everybody put out some positive energy and some prayers from one of our business partners, because I know what it's like to be in that situation. It's a scary spot. Christy had somebody that came into our meetings here. The woman's name I'll leave anonymous, but you may have seen her on some of the other Zooms. And this woman's not part of our lineage, right? She's not a ZTEAM member. She's part of Transact Card, and she was just seeing what we were doing and really excited about who we are and what we do. And I invited her to be here with us tonight. Don't know if she's here. I didn't even look. She should be. No, I don't see her here. But anyway, she called me last night and she said, I go, who enrolled you? She said who it was. I said, who enrolled that person? She told me who that person was. And that person's a big leader in this company. And I said, go back to that person. I would hate it if one of our people on Team U was going over to another line saying, wow, I'm a part of this ZTEAM thing, but they never do meetings. They never do Zooms. They don't have their act together. No one's here to help me. But she was telling me that they don't do anything to support her. So we got a really good support system here. What have we put in place here? A world-class Facebook group where all the information you need is in there, correct? Would everyone agree? We post all the corporate Zooms so anyone who's a part of this team can see when those Zooms are. We post the Wednesday night family night, which is tomorrow night. We post the Saturday teaching. We do 2 meetings for everyone on this team every single week. Anything the corporation's doing, any updates we're doing, we're there. We're doing this extra thing right now on Tuesday night for, like Suzanne said, those of you who are hungry, want to learn this business. I mean, we support. We're here. Nobody's slipping through the cracks here. So it's nice to be a part of a team that already has a system in place. But guess what? That system is meant to be duplicated. Pretty soon, Suzanne's going to be off and running, and she already is actually, with a large organization of people. And as the group grows, it tends to lose a little bit of effectiveness when it gets really big. Any of you church people, or any church people here, I won't get into religion or God or any of that stuff, but does anybody go to church here? Has anyone ever been to a mega church? I've been to a mega church. I went to a guy named TD Jake's church in Texas once. Okay. Love TD. Love me some TD. He can bring it on stage. There were thousands of people in the church that day. I felt so small and unimportant and insignificant in that group of people. However, have any of you ever been to a really small church, like there's like 50 people in there and everyone kind of knows each other? Don't you feel kind of special in a group of 50? Like right now, we're small, we're 19, so hopefully you guys feel special. When you get on the corporate Zooms and there's 400 or 500 people on there, don't you just kind of feel like a number? So the reason why when this thing grows, we ask everyone to duplicate this type of a setting is so that your people feel special. They feel taken care of. They know that they can go to Janora. Janora is my girl. That's my mentor. That's my leader. And Janora builds a group of 20, 30 people like this. And it starts to grow to the hundreds. And then Janora, you got to find your people in your group that are your leaders that are going to say, Janora, I'm going to take my team. I'm going to go over here. You can pop in from time to time. We'd appreciate if you teach us from time to time, but let us go, spread our own wings over here. Let us go create our little organization over here. Like tonight's meeting, that's Suzanne's group. You got Janora and Shannon, that Oklahoma City group. And you got all the different Mark Langley's group. We got groups that are coming together. You plug into those people. First and foremost, you plug into the Z team, you plug into Transact Card. And now we have a business that can duplicate and grow and be systematized. It's like a franchise. Well, we are a franchise, right? McDonald's. There's a McDonald's within every 2 miles, I think, in every city in our country. It's another McDonald's. You ever wonder why did they just build a McDonald's there when there's one over there? You guys ever been in a city where there's like a McDonald's where you can see the one McDonald's from the other McDonald's? Anyone ever ask yourself, why did they put 2 McDonald's within eye distance of one another? Because that one McDonald's is feeding this neighborhood. It's really sad that McDonald's is feeding neighborhoods, but it's true. And then this other McDonald's is feeding this neighborhood. It's all how this thing has to grow. Teach to teach. So I want to open the next 20 minutes up. We'll spend a full hour together today. I hope this stuff is helping you. I really hope this stuff helps you. I hope the vitals help you. I had one more thing I wanted to share with you. Leave it on the field. Anyone know what that expression means? Rushni, what does leave it on the field mean?
To me, it pretty much don't take it personal. Whatever happened on the field, you leave it right there and you learn from it, but continue to move forward.
That wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I like that answer. That's a good. I like it. Yeah, leave it. I like that. I see where you're going. So here's what I mean. I'm going to give one more person a shot at it. Ryan, what does leave it on the field mean?
Means don't take anything, put it all out there, put all your energy into it. Don't have any regrets. Don't say what if.
I love it. That's a great answer. At the end of every day, I hope you all are like this. You get to the end of the day and you're tired. I hope you're tired because that means you worked hard. And you're like, I couldn't do any more than what I did today. Esther Powers and I are very, very, very close friends. You can see Esther on the screen there. She comes out to Santa Fe a lot. We spend a lot of time together. Brian Howard and I are very close friends. We don't get to spend enough time together because he lives in Florida now. Esther comes and visits me often. Esther, when I come home from the dealership, what do you see?
You left it all on the field.
What do you mean? Like, try and bring them into an analogy here so they can understand what I'm referring to.
there is this cycle. First, it's very high, celebrating all the wins of the day, going through the record of what happened through the day, the highs and the relationships and the things. And then you eat, and then the energy goes very quickly. Like the
Do I have
opposite
anything?
way.
Do I have anything left at the end of every day?
Just for Anzio.
How many times have I said to you when I've come home and said, Esther, I don't know if I can do this again tomorrow. Can anyone relate to that? Esther, I called you last night. What was that conversation like? Tell everyone. And listen, I want you all to know, I only teach who I am and what I do. I won't teach you a bunch of stuff that I read that I can't apply. No, I'm teaching you me, how I live my life and how I know you'll be successful if you do the same. What did I say to you last night when I called you?
You, it was a pretty brief conversation because it had been a long day, but you were very excited and pleased with your results that day. You had hit your goals beyond, and then you set higher goals.
What goals did I hit yesterday?
5 complete sales in a day and 5 new deposits.
So I called Esther up and I said, I sold 5 cars today. Just so you all know, it's hard to sell 5 cars in one day. And actually, Esther, I was wrong. I got 6 deposits on cars to deliver over the next few days. Not bragging.
That's 11 people, guys, in one day, in like 8 and 10 hours. 11 people. Like, have you ever gone to buy a car? It takes hours. It's nuts.
I somehow find a way because I'm just hungry to do more in this business. I'm hungry to talk to more people, enroll more people, get people into the system. If I was doing this full time with all of you, it would be like that. Now, the reason why I wanted to share my relationship with Esther with you is she's like an accountability partner for me. Number one, she's someone, do you guys have somebody in your life that would get excited for you when you succeed? Does anyone have that person? Do you, Suzanne? That person is your mirror. Okay. That person's your mirror. I want you to talk to that person about how many people I talked to. What's your husband's name?
I don't have one.
Oh,
Not yet. Not yet.
You have a significant other?
No.
Okay. Who's that person in your life and listen, this is really serious, guys. Some of you on this screen do not have a person in your life who really, truly wants you to succeed. I know that for a fact. It is very hard to come by people in this world who you can share your excitement with about your day that would really go, you know what? I am so happy for you. Esther's one of those people. She even told me a few days ago, she goes, Mike, I'm a little jealous of what you've accomplished today. She said it to me. She goes, but I'm very happy for you. Remember this, sometimes the people closest to you are the dream stealers. Oh, it's such a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? Sometime the mother, brother, sister, spouse, best friend, if they're not growing with you and succeeding with you, they might not want to hear about your successes. So you know what I'm grateful for? And I'm going to challenge all of you to find this person in your life. If you don't have one, find someone in your life who at the end of every day that you're close to, and I hope it's your significant other, find someone who truly relishes in your successes. Because for me, and I've never shared this with my friend Esther before, one of my best friends, she's that for me. Colette would be that for me right now, but Colette's too damn busy building an empire. So I can't get a hold of Colette every single night. But Esther and I on the same page right now, I can call her and I'm like, I call her all the time. There were times over the past 9 months where I had a bad day and I called her up and Esther, I didn't sell a car today. Sucks. I worked my tail off. But you know what I did every single day? I left it on the field. And that's what I want to encourage you to do with this business. Leave it on the field. Your life can change like this. Whatever time you have to build this business, if some of you have a lot of time, good for you. Great for you. I would give anything to be in a position where I had 10 hours a day to build Transact Card right now. My time is not as, there's ways why I feel my impact on this team is to teach you these things so you can go do this stuff. And trust me, I want to be building massively with all of you right now. I can only build as much as I can. I'll still be enrolling 10 people a month at least, just so you all know. I'll be sponsoring 10 brand new people a month from this point forward, which is pretty good, right? But when I'm in that animal mode, that number could look like 15 or 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever the number might be. So leave it on the field every single day. Call that person that's close to you. If they're in your house, say, hey, do you mind if I tell you about my day? I talked to 8 people today. I set 3 or 4 appointments. I enrolled 2 new partners, 1 TCM. My business is growing. Maybe some of you need to lock horns with each other on this team. You know, maybe Patricia and Janora, or maybe Suzanne and Brian Howard. Maybe you guys team up and say, hey, for the next week, can we do something fun? I don't know you well, but I see you on the Zooms. Can we share our days with each other just for a couple minutes, even if it's a text message every night? 4 simple questions. How many people did I talk to today? Question mark. Answer it. How many appointments did I say? Question mark. Answer it. How many presentations were done today? Question mark. Answer it. Everyone on my team left it on the field like I did today. Would I have a successful Transact Card business in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? Could I be where Colette Daniels is in 6 months like she did in 6 months? Can I do that? Truth is, you guys can do more than that. Here's the beauty of this business. You never, this is my favorite part. You never, ever know when an unbelievable person is going to join your team. And when it happens, not if it happens, because you're never going to quit, right? When it happens, when that one unbelievable person I talked about on our Saturday meeting joins your team, when they join your team, and everyone here knows what your back office is, right? When you start to see your numbers grow by 5, 10, 15, 20 people a day, and as you're going to bed, you're saying to myself, I don't know any of those people. Like when the Oklahoma City team shows up with Shannon and Janora and all you amazing, beautiful people, boom, it's an explosion happens. Like, oh my God, where did these people come from? That's the beauty of network marketing. You share this long enough, and eventually wonderful people are going to join you and build. And some of them won't even need you. Some of them are going to come to you and say, I like you and I like what you're teaching. I want to work with you. Teach us some more. We want to follow you. And remember this, a leader can only attract somebody who's on their level or below their level. There's no such thing as a leader attracting a stronger leader than them who wants to follow them or work with them. So I'm going to leave you guys with them. We're going to get a couple more minutes. I'm going to open it up for you. I want everyone on the screen to take all the book referrals I give you seriously. And the reason being is I wouldn't be where I am today without the mentorship, without the books, without the seminars. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. This business has everything to do with influence, nothing more, nothing less. Influence. Becoming a leader, becoming influential, and having people follow you. I just illustrated that. And in the first law, he calls the law of the lid. In John C. Maxwell's book, Law of the Lid, the law number 1, he said every leader has a lid. And if you're a level 3, you can attract 3s, 2s, and 1s. Okay? Out of 10. Suzanne, if you're a level 8 leader, right now, you'll attract 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2s, and 1s. If you're a 10, you can attract anybody. My mentor said to me when he first met me, he goes, Michael, he said, you're a little rough around the edges. I was 28 years old, I think 31 years old. I can't remember my age. He said, you're a little rough around the edges. And that was the beginning of him basically letting me know, you better make some changes. Tough pill to swallow for a young man who thought he already was a leader. He said, if you ever show up to a meeting with me and you don't have a collared shirt on, I'll never work with you again. You show up late, I'll never work with you again. You talk like, hey, bro, how you doing, man? I never felt I talked like that. But he said to me, you know, this dude, bro, hey, what's up, dude? What's up, my brother? He goes, if you do that crap around me, and you know what he taught me? He said, you see what you do? If I walked into one of your meetings, I'd never join you. I was like, what? He goes, where you are right now as a leader, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. But Richard, he talked to himself in the third person. I go, Richard Call walks into one of your meetings, shows up on one of your Zooms. I might join the business, but young man, not with you. How many people really know what I'm getting at here? We have to be polished enough to make sure that no matter who's watching, they're going, ooh, I like that, Suzanne. That background is crisp. Look at her glasses. She's always wearing nice dress shirts, buttoned down. She's got a beautiful smile, positive energy. Well, you can't tell, Suzanne, I'm pretty fond of you, by the way. After meeting you, just so you know, I would follow you. I would join you. I would work with you. But it's because of the way you carry yourself as a professional, right? I'm just singling you out tonight. This is your Zoom with me tonight, but I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying that for effect here. Like, I like you. Suzanne, don't be surprised when I don't have time and I group text message you and I edify you as if you enrolled me in this business. And I say, you know, Miss Kitchens, let me introduce you to my friend so-and-so. I just want to get a group text message together, say hello, and let's engage at a later time. And then, Suzanne, here's what I'm expecting of you if I do that with you. When I do that with you, I'm expecting you to do the presentation, help me enroll that person. And if they get started, guess whose organization they're going in?
Got it. I understand it.
You feel me?
I do.
With my limited time, I'm going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who I'm going to pick on? The people who I know I would follow.
Right.
So the lesson for everyone here today is be that leader that you would join. Be the leader you would follow. So let me take a break, guys. That was about 55 minutes of of whatever it was. And I want to open it up to all of you and spend a little bit of time together and see if anybody has any questions, anything, any concerns, whatever the case might be, fire away.
Crickets, come on.
Great information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jeannie. Anything that you want to know? Any questions you have? I used
No,
to
I
fight
just need to
questions at
talk
my
to more
mentor all the
people.
time. What's that?
I just need to talk to more people.
Are you going to?
Yes. Of course I'm going to.
Just checking.
So I have a question, or actually, just kind of a follow-up. You mentioned that you were going to revise the blueprint
Yes.
for this, so I'm looking for that. And
I don't mind posting the blueprint as it lays right now.
Mhm.
It has language from our other organization in there, but if anyone's hungry to have it, we'll put it in the files of our Facebook page. Every time you see the word Team U, actually Esther already started editing it. So everywhere it says Team U, she put in ZTEAM. You might see some stories about our personal group of people that might make you go, well, what the heck is that? Just ignore that. Go to the lessons, but we can post that and then I can edit it on the fly. I'd rather get the information out to you quickly than wait for it to be perfect. Because there's some great stuff in there that I'd like you to learn.
Michael, Tomas here.
Tomas, how you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Michael, okay. Could you elaborate a little bit on what you would do if you got really lucky and one of those leaders came into your organization? And how would you support them?
I remember a group of people very much like our Oklahoma City team in my last business, and we had video, so we can do this. That was the company and the product. And it was really funny. I got a video of 6 women in their 40s. At the time, I was in my 30s. So keep in mind, they were in their maybe late 40s. And it went like this. I got a video email, and imagine 6 women all a little bit older than me, and I hear, Michael, you're our man. If you can't do it, no one can. Michael. And then I heard the one go, Michael, this is Susan from Port St. Lucie, Florida, and we're part of your dream team down here in South Florida. And we would love to meet you and love to work with you. And then the next one talked, and Marie spoke, and Janine spoke, and all these girls. And I got this video email. I had 2 assistants at the time in Las Vegas. My network was over 10,000 people. So I'd be getting messages from people all the time I didn't really know, but they plugged into our system. I sent them a video back. I showed it to my 2 assistants. They're like, oh my God, what is this? And I sent them a video back, and I go, ladies, I have no idea who you are. I go, but that video was one of the coolest videos I've ever seen. Let's jump on it wasn't called Zoom back there. Let's jump on a video. Let's get to meet each other. We all jumped on, I think that night. And there was a bunch of them in the living room, just like the Oklahoma City team. So cool. And they're all so far away. I go, can you guys come up to the camera? I can't see your faces. One at a time, they're getting to speak to me. I flat out said to them, I go, you guys are excited, huh? So excited. My father, Sue says to me, and your mentor, Richard Call, were best friends back in New York. I go, you're kidding me. They go, yeah. I go, who's your father? So I started to build a little relationship. And I said, ladies, I go, what can I do for you? They're like, we want to work with you. I said, great. Here's what we do. And they said, tell us what you want us to do. I said, put a meeting together in a couple days, invite a bunch of people over your house, and I'll come present for you live on the screen like we're doing here. I said, okay. Invite as many people as you can. Pack them in your living room, your kitchen, whatever you got to do. I knew these women were serious. I said, okay. So it was a Thursday night. I jump on the live broadcast with them in their living rooms, about 25, 30 people. I called my mentor. I said hi to everybody first. Hey, guys, give me a minute, would you? I called Richard. I go, Richard, you ain't going to believe this. He said, what's that? I said, remember the women I told you about that just joined the team? They just put almost 30 people in their living room for their very first meeting. He goes, send me the link. I sent him the link. Me and Richard did a presentation. We spent 2 hours, 3 hours on video with these people, with these beautiful people in Port St. Lucie, Florida. At the end of the Zoom, Richard left and they said, what do we do next? I go, well, get everyone signed up that's in the room tonight that sees what we're doing here. Let's do another meeting on Saturday. Let's do a little teaching, a presentation with a little teaching. Always a meeting and a training, a meeting and a teaching. They did that. There's about 45 people, same living room, 45 people. I'm looking in my back office over the course of 72 hours, and I can't believe the number of people that are joining our team in South Florida. But Tomas asked me, what do I do? I'm telling you what I do. And then I said to him at the end of that meeting, they go, we want you to come to Florida. I go, okay. How many people you think you could put in a room? They said something bad back to me. I said, how many you want? I said, you don't want that answer. I said, how many you want? I said, how many people? I go, can you put 100 people in a room? I said, yeah, hold on a second. I go, Richard, now this is within 3 or 4 days of meeting these people, okay? Tons of people. I go, Richard, how do you feel about flying with me to Port St. Lucie, Florida? I used to live in Boca. Let's go. He goes, how many people are they going to put in the room? They can hear him over the speaker. And I said, they said they can do 100 people. And he said, you tell them we'll book the flights. So that next week on a Thursday, me and Richard flew to Port St. Lucie. They rented out a little YMCA hall, 175 people within a week. So Tomas asks because Tomas is on it and he remembers the last time we met on Saturday, you better be ready to lead a group of people, right? Listen, if you're not ready, you better act like you're ready. His people are counting on you. Now I was ready. It didn't scare me at all. Me and Richard went to Florida. We presented to 175 people on a Thursday night. On a Saturday morning, they did a training. 240 people showed up. Unbelievable. Does that happen all the time in this business? No. Did they become one of the biggest legs on the team and in the company? Absolutely. They were incredible. I would still like to call those women and get them involved with Transact Cards. So thanks for reminding me about my Port St. Lucie team from that way back when. Tomas, I'm going to be calling them. And you're in Florida, aren't you? Maybe you can go present for me. Are you ready?
Hey, my best friend lives in Port St. Lucie, so it's a good excuse.
Yeah, I had a huge team down there. So that's what I do. And then you know what? I just supported their group. They were already leaders, so I didn't have to teach them A to Z, but they still needed to learn the system and know how this thing duplicates. And it's just a lot of conversations, a lot of phone calls, a lot of Zoom, we didn't have Zoom, a lot of videos. I ended up working with one woman really strong. Her name is Marie Machesko. Marie Machesko, unbelievable builder. Colette Daniels type of a leader, right? I mean, just you don't have to tell her to lead. She instinctively knows how to lead. You got to tell her how to lead this kind of business. And then she did everything I asked her to do. Everything Richard asked her to do. But it starts with 1, right? Then it goes to 2, then 4, and 8. One at a time. Juan John is with us. What's up, Juan John? I love that name. It's so cool. Makes me think of wonton soup. Every time I see Juan John, I want some wonton soup. How you doing, Juan John?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. I'm good. I'm sorry. I had a HOA meeting tonight and I'm on the board, so I got on here a little late. So
Very good. So HOA meetings, you got a real estate business, you got a transact card business, you're moving and shaking.
yep. And I homeschool my kids.
I love it. Good for you. She leaves it on the table every single day, guys, guaranteed. Or leaves it on the field, not leaves it on the table. Never leave money on the table, leave it on the field. 2 different expressions. Who else, guys? Anybody else have any questions?
I have to apologize. I went back through Facebook 3 times attempting to get to May, but you post so much that it keeps breaking the algorithm somewhere in the middle of August. So please forgive me.
I figured that's what happened. I do post a lot. Yeah, I do.
But I will say what happened there with that. You definitely went into massive action. There was an enrollment of around 30 plus people in 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, I don't know what you wanted to show on that, but I wanted to just be accountable for my assignment.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Thank you. Anybody else, guys? Okay, it sounds like everyone knows exactly what we need to do from here when we break and go.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Quiero preguntar con quién está hablando mi esposo. Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you, Yenny.
Hi, Michael, how are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad that you're talking to Tomas and you're helping him. And I'm pretty sure he shared with you what's going on with our organization.
I just wanted to share that Yenny was here the whole time. She's like, this is the second presentation.
Yeah.
She's on with Cesar, Ingrid, and Dustin.
I really want to díganle hola a Michael. Michael es nuestro mentor. Michael es poderoso. Sí, es una persona encantadora. Él es nuestro mentor. Él es el que nos da crecimiento personal y crecimiento profesional. Luego les platico quién es Michael, pero él está ayudando ahorita mucho a Tomás. Claro, es americano, ¿verdad? Él está trabajando derechito con Colette Daniels, que es la senior vicepresidente en la compañía, la primera mujer que llegó en esta posición.
Michael knows what you're saying.
So, entonces, sí, Michael, Colette Daniels está muy agarrada de su mentor, Michael Zappia, y todos estamos aprendiendo de él. Así que todo lo que aprendemos de Michael lo transferimos en español, bueno, lo traducimos en español y lo compartimos con ustedes. Y Tomás quería que yo le dijera hola. So, Michael, thank you so much for helping us. I almost about to finish with this leader. I have a leader, which is Cesar de la Cruz. He is in New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Every Zoom, twice a day. He has from like 5 to 10 people in the Zoom, constantly on the phone, calling me. He's signing up people like he's selling hot bread.
What is his name again?
Cesar de la Cruz.
Hola, ¿cómo estás usted, Cesar de la Cruz?
Cesar, Abre su cámara.
César, abra su cámara. Ingrid, abra su cámara. Los quiere saludar. Ahí tengo a Dustin.
Dustin.
Ahí está Dustin. César, can you hear me, César?
Dile hola.
He's probably on the phone because he's the busiest person too.
Yeah.
Let him go.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Tell him I said mucho gusto, and I look forward to doing a Zoom with him when he's ready.
Oh, absolutely.
yes. We will let him know. All right,
All right,
Michael.
I don't want to take your time.
All right,
Thanks,
Thank you,
Michael.
guys. That was awesome.
Talk to you soon.
You got it. Did you see how, even though none of us probably speak Spanish, a lot of us don't speak Spanish, she was edifying the whole time. Su mentor, her mentor, talking about Colette is senior vice president. I heard senior. I don't know how to say vice president in Spanish, but everything she was saying was all about edifying the people that she's working with. It's more about the people you're working with than the company you're working with or the product you're working with. It's all about the people. That's what they do so well, especially in the Latino community. That edification is huge. It was awesome. That was beautiful. Beautiful, Yenny. If you're talking to me, I can't hear you, but I can read the Spanish lips there.
Hold on.
Sorry.
We were able to hear you. I'm polishing my diamonds. I'm practically sharing with them everything that we have learned from you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep rocking, guys. I'm so happy to be in business with you. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, Michael. Yes, we're so happy to be part of your family again.
We love it. I can't. Mastermind retreat coming up in 2024. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Yes. Let's do it.
We're gonna have to put tents outside. That's how many people are coming.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to go to New Jersey and meet this team. How many other Cesar está ahí? I think a total of what? How many do you think
I don't
there?
know, 20 at least.
At least I don't remember.
Cesar's a senior manager already.
Yeah, Cesar, I think so. Yeah, he's definitely a leader, and I can't wait to go and meet them. They're all in New Jersey. Thanks to a friend that I have known for 8 years in Virginia.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Yanni.
All
I
right.
love it.
Thanks,
for
Michael.
sharing that enthusiasm with us. I love that.
Thank you.
Suzanne, I'm going to throw it over to you to close us down tonight, okay?
All right. Okay. So anybody else? Any more questions for Michael? All right. Well, this was an incredible teaching tonight, and it'll be, as I say, it's recorded. And just to remind you all, we're going to work with Michael's schedule. So I believe we might be switching over to a Thursday to accommodate his time. So he obviously has time with the family and his business and such. So we'll be in touch. It'll be next week, but we'll get the word out. And again, I can't thank you all so much for taking time out and all of us as a big family come together and have this incredible time with Michael. So any last words from anyone? Esther, thank you all. Janora, we're right here in the same, in this pretty much next door neighbors.
We are very excited.
Got invited to their meeting Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll.
I have one thing, Suzanne, if you don't mind.
Go ahead,
Again. Anybody that speaks Spanish, my wife is, doing at least two meetings every day, and we can post it. So I definitely want us to grow our Spanish community, and not just our team, right? All our teams, right?
I'm going to I need your number. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah.
We got some.
That's
Thank you so much. That's
much.
what we are. We give, don't we? That's what we've all learned to help one another. Anything else tonight from anyone? Okay. Well, I know Tommy left. Tommy's been downstairs. He's presenting to someone. So he's got one in for today. Guys, thank you so much. Michael, we love you. We love you so much. And we will be in touch, and we'll get this recording posted for you all. So with that, Michael, say your last words with us, please.
I love you too, Suzanne. That means a lot to me. I really love you. I appreciate it. Hey guys, let's do this. Let's all play our part here. If it's one person a day, do it. 2 people a day, do it. 3 people a day, but do something every day for your business. It's got to be something, and this thing will grow. Let's do this. See y'all soon.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.